Setting up property HTMLs. From the main screen of complete data, we'll use our window key to go into the email section so that we can have a look at our property HTMLs. So against a single property, we can create our HTMLs that we have within the program simply by clicking on them, and it's going to bring across the information from our database into our property HTML. So it's going to bring across the property address and the photo and any ads text if we have that information filled in, and then our bedroom inspection information, our property ID, and then who the client can contact. So if we have a look in our HTML template, we can have a look here at how we can modify this template for our own company. So we can go through and we can change the background color if we like. So you can see here we've got it as black. You can change that to your company color if you like, and then you can go through and you can modify the template to suit your own needs. If we go down to the bottom, we can see that we've got the ability to enter in our company logo. So we just enter the logo in here. So the best way to do this, to find the path of our logo, is to add the HTML inline image. And once we've added this image in, we can copy the text from the header, so Control C once we've highlighted that text, and then we can paste that information straight into our image source. Once we've done this, we just need to go through and just let the program know that it's looking for the file at this point. And we're just going to change the backslashes to forward slashes just to keep it all in line. Once we've done this, we can say yes, we'd like to use the image. So we're going to use an image from our computer rather than one that might be hosted on the web somewhere. In this HTML, we're not going to use the sub-summary, so we'll show another HTML where we do use that later on. In our body, we've got all the information, so this is going to be all of the property information. So the property in the suburb, the beds, bath, car. We've got our web viewer link and our photo, and we've got our caption and ads text from the property, the price, and the information about our inspection times, the property ID if it's on the internet, and who they can contact. If we'd like to use images within this HTML body, we can select use images, yes, and it's going to pick up the images from that property. And then we've got our HTML footer in here, which has our unsubscribe at the bottom of it, and we just need to enter in the email address that we'd like that to go back to. So once we've entered this information in, we can now go back and start using this HTML. So we can click back, we can reselect our Real Estate Academy template, and we can pick our property, and it's going to bring across all the information for that property. So we can see it's now dropped in our logo, and if we were to click here, it will try and send a return email back to sales at Real Estate Academy. Let's take a look at creating a new HTML to work within the complete data system. So we'll go from our window menu in our top toolbar into the email section, and here we're straight into the HTML template, so we can use this from our drop down list of layouts to come into here if we like, if we're not brought straight into this screen. From here we need to create a new record. I'm going to call this record the sub-summary, just so I can remember the name, because that's the feature that we're going to show off here. We're going to show off the sub-summary. So if I have a look at my HTML files here, I've got my HTML created into 4 parts, so that all I need to do is copy and paste this HTML straight into the program. So if I open this HTML with Notepad, I can select all the information, so I can use Control A and then Control C to copy that information, and I can paste this information in with Control V straight into the program. So I can add my HTML inline image if I need to, and then just make sure I'm using the one from my computer. So I can come back into my information here, and I've got my sub-summary part. So I can choose the notepad. I can copy this information, and I can come back into my sub-summary, and I can right click and paste. And I just need to do the same with my body and my footer. So I can come into the notepad, copy all the text, and paste it into the body. Now I want to bring the images in from the database. So I'm going to say, yes, I'd like to use the images from the properties. And if I come back in and get my footer part using the notepad, so Control A to copy, Control C, and then paste it in with Control V. So now I've got my information set up. So I've got my header, my sub-summary, my body, and my footer. I can now start using this HTML. So I can select the back button, and I could see how this views with just one property. So I've got one Stone Street, and this brings across my information. If I were to use this with multiple properties, we can start to see how our category field will work. So we just need to select the properties, so I just say show on the properties, and I can start adding in some categories. So I've got my new listing, I've got an open home, on this Saturday at 10:40, and I've got 24 Swimmer Place that has just been sold. So I can choose my template. I'm going to use my sub-summary template, and then I just need to create the HTML so that it creates a preview for me. Well, I can sort these records however I like, and I can now see here that it's put in my category and my open home times. Okay, so here we have the HTML that we would see before it gets manipulated through the complete data database, and then here we have in our second tab one of the HTMLs that would come through complete data. So we can see that instead of it having the property address across the top, it's inserted the property details from our merge field that we've created in our original HTML. So we need to make sure that we've got the correct spelling on all of our fields that we're putting in as merge fields, and that they are the actual fields from within the database that we can use. So we've got our caption, our ads text, price text, open date and time, the internet reference, the listed by, name, mobile and email, and the icons that we can enter in. So when we create the file, we need to create this into one file, and then we should be able to view the source of this file and break that down into the components so that we can send that out with multiple emails or multiple properties, and break that so that it will attach multiple properties within the one file. So if I have a look at my pad here, I've got it broken into for this HTML the header, the footer and the body. So I can see that the header information is just the basic information that goes at the top of the HTML. Then complete data would join that information to the body. And then the footer is going to be attached to that information last. So within complete data, those three components would be added into the HTML template in here, so that we have our header, our body and our footer, and they'll all be joined back together with the multiple properties within those. Thank you.